Hey guys, welcome to Smack Talk's Raw review of the week. Yes, we are a little bit late for our reviews, but let's get on with it, shall we? Let me tell you something, brother. These reviews are great. Yeah, there you go. That's a bit of a shout out to one of my friends who I always do Hulk Hogan impressions with. It's really weird, but we always do. So a bit of a shout out for everyone who is watching these videos. Thank you guys for supporting and liking my videos. I really appreciate it, and you guys know who you are, so thank you so much for the support. So let's get straight on with our Raw review. First things first, brilliant start to the show. You had Kurt Angle come out and pretty much plug the big two matches. Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman, brilliant. And Roman Reigns take on John Cena, brilliant. Made it feel really special. Made each match do, and he made a good point. These are WrestleMania caliber matches. Now one isn't for me. The Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman is getting there. I'm getting excited over it, but it's not a WrestleMania caliber match. Well, John Cena, Roman Reigns is definitely a WrestleMania caliber match for me. And then while he's going on, plugging these two matches, The Miz comes out. Now The Miz for me is the best mic talker, the best heel in the company. He just makes, when he's in the ring, doing what he does best, it's the most entertaining promos you will see. And we got it last night. Got it on Monday night, where comes out and he goes, Kurt, how dare you forget about the Intercontinental Championship again. This belt is the most important belt in Raw right now. And he made some good points. He said how much you care more about, being a good father than a GM. You should be focusing on the Intercontinental Championship more than you should focus on Jason Jordan. And he goes, well, Miz, if you just let me finish, I was going to say we're having a fatal four-way to find out the number one contender to take you on at No Mercy. So the Miz was like, alright, who are they? You have Jeff Hardy, brilliant choice. Matt Hardy, brilliant choice. Elias, meh. And then you also have Jason Jordan. And the Miz went berserk. How dare you put Jason Jordan in this match? The others definitely may deserve an opportunity against me, but the others that Jason Jordan hasn't earned his keep. He doesn't deserve to be here. Jason Jordan, and then the Miz just lays in how bad of a father Kurt Angle is. Jason Jordan comes out, tells the Miz to back away, gets really angry, and then they get into a brawl. Well, after Jason Jordan begs Kurt to put Bo Dallas and Kurt Axel into the match as well, to turn it into a six-pack challenge, which was kind of cool. And then Jason attacks him, obviously, because The Miz goes on about Angle again being a bad father. But I'm going to add the backstage segment as well, because this is probably more character development for Jason. Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan are in back, and Kurt's going, Jason, you need to control yourself, you need to control your anger, because if you don't, you're going to get into serious trouble. What did you expect when people found out I was your father? All this. And Jason's like, yeah, but this is ridiculous. Everyone looks at me, gives me these looks, gives me these, says whispers and all this lot, and I just can't take it anymore. And this is great character development. You see a bit of that heel kind of personality coming out of Jason Jordan. Got Kurt Angle trying to control him and says, look son, this is what we knew this was going to happen. You need to control your anger, because they will use that anger in the match itself. And yeah, this was probably the best segment Jason Jordan's been in. Obviously The Miz is great way to open the show, made the show, and made the main event feel exciting. And it also did plug the two big matches for No Mercy, which was great. Then afterwards, we had our first match of the night, which was a women's singles match with Alexa Bliss takes on Nia Jax. pretty much this was a very low point for the division. I don't think they have an idea of what they want to do. Nia Jax pretty much got an easy win against the Raw Women's Champion. Shouldn't be booked like that. It should be booked more even. Yes, Alexa tried to run away. Sasha Banks prevented her because she came out. And then Nia Jax won with a Samoa drop. But end of the night, you still want your champion to feel like a champion, and she didn't feel like a champion. She just felt like a jobber, and you can't have that. And then Sasha attacked Nia, and Nia attacked both Alexa and Sasha. She was about to leave, then she turned around and about to attack him. And then Bayley's music came out, and then Bayley, Sasha and Alexa took out Nia Jax. Nia Jax scampers back up to, back to backstage. Alexa's trying to celebrate with Sasha and Bayley, and they take her out. And then they celebrate. I mean, this was later on, but I'm putting it into this segment. It gets announced that Bayley's been added to the women's title match. Again, why? I don't understand why she's been added to it. Yeah, she got a big pop. It is her hometown, which she would always get a big pop, and she's been away from Raw for quite a bit of time as well. So for me, it makes no sense. It makes the women's division feel very odd right now on Raw. The champion looks very, very weak. The challengers, it makes no sense. It feels like everyone but Mickie James is in the title match now, which makes no sense. I don't understand what they're trying to aim at right now in the women's division on Raw. It just feels very mismatched, and like they're just adding people to this match to make it feel more of a buzz towards it. Then we had a bit of a video package between showing the similarities between Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar. Brilliant, loved it, it was great, very much fun. Then the second match of the night was supposed to be a tag team match between Sheamus and Cesaro, which are now officially called The Bar, take on the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, which was great. I was looking forward to this. Sheamus and Cesaro come out into the ring, cutting a promo saying how everything's a nostalgic act and people don't really care about their talents, their accomplishments and all that, which is very understandable. And then saying that Dean and Seth are just a nostalgic act of the old Shield times. Seth and Ambrose come out. They go, well, look at how you dress. You look like a mixture of Taxi Driver and Braveheart, so you're just pretty much a nostalgic act yourself. Blah blah blah. It was a good little back and forth. Then Gallows and Anderson come out like, you guys aren't Good Brothers. We're Good Brothers. We are brothers. Because Sheamus and Cesaro, you're not Good Brothers because you left us last week. You ran away. And Seth and Dean, you're not Good Brothers because you took advantage of our disadvantage. And then they got into a big brawl, and then it got turned into a fatal 3-way tag team match, which was great. It was this was definitely the best match of the night. It was the longest match of the night, which was great. There was near counts back and forth. You couldn't tell who was going to win. I think all teams looked really strong in this, and unfortunately the Good Brothers did take the pin from Sheamus and Cesaro, but end of the day it was a great match. Best match of the night. And I'm just thinking to myself, why is Bayley being added to the women's title match? The Good Brothers should have been added to the tag team match for No Mercy, because they are working so well and they're keeping them so tight between the two teams that they should just be added into this. Because let's be honest, the tag team division is very shallow right now with upping any teams. It always seems like there's always the same two teams battling it out for the tag team. Don't get me wrong, tag team matches are brilliant right now, but the depth of them, the teams are very shallow, and we need to up more teams, and this would be a great way of doing it, in my opinion. And then we had a short backstage promo with The Miz and The Miz Saraj talking about the match tonight, and it was quite interesting. The Miz was pretty much like, look, you know, I'm going to be a great father, I'm going to be better than Kurt Angle, and saying to Bo Dallas and like, Jason Jordan doesn't deserve this opportunity. Bo Dallas just went, look, Miz, let's not talk about Jason Jordan, let's talk about us. You should be building us up. Trust me, I used to be a motivational speaker. We're ready for this. You know we are. Let's get on with it. And Jason Jordan was like, it just felt great. It was good back and forth segment. And both guys were like, look, when we win, we're going to take it. Like, both said we're going to steal the show together. And Kurt Angle Axel said, look, when I win the title, when I take you on at No Mercy, I'm going all out. Which was great. I loved that. I thought that was a great way of doing it. And then we had another backstage segment with Kurt Angle on the phone, and then Goldust comes out, pretty much saying, look, I want a rematch with Bray Wyatt after what he did to me, not as Goldust, but as Dusty Rhodes. And my God, this was a great segment. Dusty Rhodes, this just shows you how good Goldust is. He's a great promo worker, great in-ring worker, and he looks so much like his dad. I know he is the son of the American Dream, but my God, it was amazing to see him like that. It was a great way. It was really it felt heartfelt, and you don't see that much in promo works. The third match of the night was Kurt Hawkins claiming he's not going to lose a match again, which was fine. And then he came out, had an open challenge to anyone, and he's going to break his 114 losing streak. So, and then Apollo Crews came out and beat him in no time, and this was quite funny. I liked it because underneath it went losing streak 115. So that was interesting. So we had a losing streak of 115 right there, and I found that entertaining. So that was good fun. I think everyone just felt like it was probably. I'm looking sick. I want to see how they build up on this because he's an entertaining guy. He's Hawkins, and he's just so much fun to see. And then we had Roman's promo. Comes out, cuts a promo. Probably his best promo he's cut. I mean, he looks out and talks about the bit which I wanted to talk about more than most. I think was the video clip of showing them back in 2012, where he tells, it's pretty much John Cena's promo against The Rock about being Hollywood, and saying that, John, you're doing the exact same thing The Rock has done, but The Rock has been successful and you haven't, which was great. It was entertaining. Both guys were good at this. Well, both guys. There was no one there. This was Roman at his best. You know, if Cena was there, he would be able to out-promo him, but this was still very entertaining. Roman Reigns even did, I'll see you at No Mercy. Superstar flips the mic, just like Cena did back in 2012 against The Rock. I was like, oh! Yeah, so that was quite cool. That was cool. Then we had the Dusty Rhodes take on Bray Wyatt match. Very, very much good match. Goldust didn't come out in his makeup, like I said. It even said underneath Dusty Rhodes. Then we had Dusty was in control most of the match. Bray managed to turn it around. Sister Abigail win. But then we had a video. Then Finn Balor comes on to the Jumbotron, says, look, Bray, I'm the man who created, something child, reads fantasy stories, blah blah blah. And I'm kind of, this is upped it a little bit on me wanting to watch this match. Yes, I don't really care, and I don't care that it's called a man versus man, man-to-man match. I don't care about that, but it seems very interesting. It's getting there, it's starting to build up, and it should be an okay match. I still think Finn's going to win at No Mercy, but very entertaining. Both guys were good. You know, Dusty Rhodes, brilliant. Keep him in there. You know, I hope Dusty somehow gets involved in this match. And I think Dusty was face. Goldust's been heel for a while, so that was quite cool. I like that. Then we had Enzo's promo, which wasn't really a promo. Enzo comes out, says how you doing, and gets taken out by Braun Strowman. Literally destroyed by Braun Strowman. This was like a message to Brock Lesnar. No, this is a message to Enzo. Your punishment is still going. So even though you're in a title match against Neville, yeah, you're still being punished, which was fun. I enjoyed it. I'll hopefully have a picture of Enzo being destroyed. Then we had a cruiserweight match where, because Neville came out, did a red arrow on Enzo when he was on the floor, and then after that, after the break, we had Enzo take on Grand Metalik. Good match. Grand Metalik is one of my favourite cruiserweight competitors. He's absolutely entertaining, and Neville wins with the Rings of Saturn, but rips his mask. This is the thing. He rips Metalik's mask. Metalik goes mental, controls the match. Neville manages to get the Rings of Saturn on, gets the win. It's a good match, makes Neville look strong, makes Metalik look very strong, and I was hoping like Metalik would get the win, but unfortunately he didn't. And then we had the main event, which was for the #1 contenders for the Intercontinental Championship match. It was okay, very messy. Obviously, you got a six-pack match. You got the baby faces working together for a bit, having, turning on each other. Same with the heels working together, taking each other out. But the thing is, when it is a six-pack match, it is very, very messy. Jason Jordan won. He pinned Curtis Axel, and then afterwards, when he celebrated, The Miz and the Miztourage attacked him, beat him up. The Miz saying that and called him a bastard, which was great. I loved that. Thank you, thanks Miz. But it was entertaining for what it was. Like I said, it was messy, but it was entertaining enough to still be fun. And I thought The Miz was great. The Miz at the end was the best bit again. It. So my final thoughts of this week's Raw. This has been a bit of a longer video because I've actually scripted everything out, but this has been a much better show. It's a good kickoff show, go home show. There's a lot of bits which I wasn't happy with, like the Bayley being introduced to the women's tag team match. Why hasn't Gallows and Anderson been added to the tag team match when they've been so close to it, to the titles? But yeah, The Miz has been the highlight for this week's show. Jason Jordan actually has some character development, which is great. But yeah, that's this week's Raw. If you do like our videos, please like, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at Boise88. And we'll see you next time on a SmackDown review show.